Hey, and welcome back. It's Kill the Cat Radio, Sharp Teeth, episode 20. 20 episodes in the bag. It's been 3 months. We officially now have 56 subscribers as of this recording. We have our first CINEPHILIA out as we speak, all about Roadhouse, one of the greatest movies of the 80s generation. My name is Matthew Diabate. We are proud to celebrate 20 episodes of Sharp Teeth. Congratulations to all of you. We made it, kids. We did it. Some of you I know, some of you I don't know, some of you I kind of know. I'm just happy that you subscribed. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe below. Hit the subscribe button. It is free. As you can see, we got the bass guitar right behind me. We've got our book of the week here. This is Milan Kundeра's Laughable Loves. Milan Kundera was a Czech author. He wrote a lot of short stories, plays, and of course, novels. One of the greatest writers of the 20th century, still alive to this day. Incredibly brilliant, especially as a young writer. I took to him very quickly. Still alive, if you could believe that. I think he's like 98. I mean, he's an older man and he lives in Paris. I actually ended up shaking the hand of someone who shook his hand. I was very impressed by that. Got our weird statue, blacked out windows, black cat on the wall. I wanted to save something special for episode 20. Of course, we have our fantastic little clipboard here. And without further ado, let's get into our topic this week. I wanted to wait because this is going to be called Conspiracy Theories Part 1. These are my favorite conspiracy theories of all time. Now, this is in no particular order. I just love conspiracy theories. Why? Great question. Why love things that people think are insane? Because so many of them have come true out of nowhere. We used to think a lot of things were conspiracy theories. We didn't believe in a lot of things. We thought our government loved us. We thought if you went into business for yourself, everything would be just fine. We thought there were people we could trust out there. And guess what, folks? Not to get completely negative, but there are people you could trust, like Kill the Cat Radio. And of course, any family members that you really love. Trust is an important thing. The worst thing are lies, basically. So always tell the truth so you don't have to remember your lies. Who said that? That would be Samuel Clemens, better known as Mark Twain. I just think it's better if you just tell the truth. Even if the truth is ugly, it's not popular, but at least people will trust you. All these little fabrications, I understand what it's like. You got to try to keep a society alive. But some things, they just hide right in plain sight, which leads us to the first conspiracy theory, fave of mine. Again, no particular order. And that is conspiracies involved directly and indirectly with the Denver airport. You guys aware about this crazy business? Holy moly. Wait till you take a look at some of these facts I'm about to show you. Denver Airport, built in 1995, has some very strange symbology, odd murals, a lot of too many things that are a little odd for an airport. I mean, what's an airport for? You fly in, you buy overpriced food, you get an overpriced drink, you're just trying to go somewhere. It's a hub of transportation. Here's what you don't expect to find at an airport. A strange mid-galloping blue horse with beady red laser eyes. They call him Blucifer. Now, the airport's got their own ideas about what it really means. In fact, even on their website here, they have some things. They've like leaned in over the years about the conspiracy theories, which makes me more worried, actually. When you lean into something, it's kind of like, oh, no, we'll talk about it. Some you may or may not have heard. Well, the DEN, the Den, has got some secrets. Who's writing this stuff? The Den has some secrets. I already see. I'm telling you guys, I don't like it already. Let's start with the horse. Okay. Occasionally referred to as Blucifer. Okay. Satanic. Lucifer, Blue Horse, and other names we can't print here. I don't know the other names, what they call it, but Mustang is believed to be cursed due to falling on its own artist, Luis Jimenez, 2006. This occurred 2 years before it was installed at the Den. Okay, so this creation that you have outside your airport, that is a blue horse with red laser eyes, killed the owner and creator of its own manufacturer, murdered its own creator. What is that about, guys? Okay, if that's not weird already, just as a family value system, like, do you really want a horse that doesn't even exist, supposedly, that killed the artist that made it, and then you put that in front of your airport? Now, take a look again. This thing looks like out of nightmares. Okay, this is nightmare fuel. Now here's their explanation on their website here. They say, oh, he's big and he's blue. Okay, he's a sculpture. A portion did fall, causing Jimenez's death. Mustang was then completed by his sons after he passed on. The red eyes were simply just a tribute to their father because he had a neon shop. BS. Mustang now still remains a controversial piece of our airport, but it is also one of the most iconic pieces, whether you love or hate it. Well, I don't love or hate it. I just think it's a little weird. And your website leaning into all of these kind of conspiracy theories makes me even more nervous. You make up your own decisions, okay? You're watching this program. There's the pictures I already showed you. Tell me, isn't that a little bit of a weird mascot to have outside your airport there where people are flying in and out? It's kind of dangerous. No, that's a little odd to me. I find that to be kind of strange. Okay, well, here's a little controversial one right here. Take an aerial photograph of the Denver airport and look at the way all of the runways for the planes are laid out. Total swastika. It's right there. Here's a picture. Check it out for yourself. Tell me if that doesn't look like that. Am I reaching? Maybe. But why, of all the way airports are designed, why would it be designed in this specific fashion? They had written down that it was simply a use of the space in the most effective manner. Now, if that doesn't sound like a little Germanic effective use of what's around you, freaks me out. There's gargoyle statues all over the Denver airport. Okay, I get it. Gargoyles are totally allowed at the Notre Dame Cathedral or some kind of Renaissance painting or what have you. What are they doing in an airport? The statues, stone, granite statues of gargoyles all over the airport. Why? Well, they address that as well on their website here. They say, okay, the Den gargoyles are sinister. Den gargoyles are very sinister. What the F? Gargoyles are evil and point to the indications of a new world order system. Now, why are they just bringing this stuff up? They're just throwing it out there as if this is funny. All right, they say the reality is the gargoyles at Den love our passengers. Okay, right there. I already don't like it at all. I don't want intercity travel on an airline to have anything to do with gargoyles. I want to keep my gargoyles to nice historic places in Europe and what have you, not at the Denver airport. Okay, that freaks me out. Terry Allen features 2 cast bronze gargoyles perched inside suitcases. That's funny, right? You got a gargoyle in your bag. Woo. The shit ain't funny. The gargoyles sit slightly above the travelers' heads to help ensure the safe arrival of baggage. I'm not interested in this. This is not okay. Already, we've got a swastika in your whole layout there. All right. We've got a weird satanic horse outside of the airport. All right, fine, with like laser eyes. Totally nothing weird about that. Now we have gargoyles inside of suitcases. All right, cool. Maybe let's even just say this. Let's just say everything's just kind of goofy. The architects just having a bit of fun, you know? I mean, there's a lot of ways to have fun. Is one of them making swastikas, gargoyles, and some strange Luciferian horse galloping outside with like red laser eyes? Is that like a cool thing? That's the cool shit now, kids? That's the cool stuff? I don't think so. Freaks me out. Makes me worried. The Great Hall is an abbreviation for a deadly toxin, Australian antigen, which is said to be the Illuminati's secret weapon to accomplish genocide. Okay, was this website made before COVID-19, the virus, the whole thing that went on there? Is this how it is? This is what we're doing here? This is our jam. AUAG. Why are you even bringing up the Illuminati on your website's paraphernalia here? What's the deal with that? What's going on there? Talk to me. So maybe it is, okay, so this could be a reach, right? Maybe it is like some kind of like, you know, abbreviation for some deadly toxin that would be Illuminati's secret weapon to accomplish genocide. Here are they trying to get out of it. All right, AU and AG are the atomic, see, that should worry you already, symbols for gold and silver. Already, that's crazy. Gold and silver, representing Colorado's rich mining history. The inscription is a part of a much larger piece, a traditional Native American design. Remember, we killed all of them. Created with a grid similar to those to create cubist and constructivist paintings. The river pattern emerging from the wings of the piece suggests the 4 rivers of Colorado's Great Divide. I don't buy any of this. What are they talking about here? So now you've got potentially strange symbols that represent human greed, gold and silver, Colorado's history, killing all the Indians, swastika designs, weird Luciferian horses with laser eyes, and it gets worse from here. That's just the beginning. Guys, we're only halfway through. Nervous yet? I'm never flying through this airport ever. I like this one. This is from an unnamed website. I won't go into it. I'll just like paraphrase the whole thing. It's kind of funny. It says, Denver Airport was built by a secret organization. Not that secret, Masons. There's one very weird marker that's hard to ignore, a dedication marker and capstone that's been placed over a time capsule. There's a time capsule, which is basically buried underneath, won't open to a certain date. And on that time capsule, the little marker, the little marble marker there, what they put on there, are associated with the Freemasons. And I love how they put it here. Charitable organization. The marker also mentions New World Airport Commission. Nothing to do with New World Order there. Nope, not at all. No choice of words used there. Organization that doesn't actually exist, but appears to be taking credit for building the entire airport. Okay, so there's a time capsule in there. All right, so what's in the time capsule is supposedly a credit card, the Colorado flag, DIA opening day newspapers. Why are they calling it DIA now instead of DEN? Okay, anyways. It's supposed to be open in 2094. Cool. Great stuff. Time capsules. Fantastic. All right, fine. So we got the Masons involved somehow. We've got a nice little time capsule there for our futuristic fun. The New World Order. New World Airport Commission. Wonderful plans here. Okay, so let's keep going here. So Denver Airport is a headquarters for an underground government because apparently they're connected. They got underground tunnels, maybe to NORAD and all these other places that may or may not be around. Yeah, the NORAD, North American Aerospace Defense Command. Maybe they're going against the aliens, but they set it all up right there in Denver. Super believable. Okay. And the last thing I will show you to truly make you a believer in my conspiracy theory that I have, the Denver Airport, DIA. I don't like these triple alphabet amalgamations here. This is what's going to get you, and I'm going to show you the pictures right now. There are several different murals painted in the airport itself that are, least to say, really, really, really disturbing. Most of the murals at the airport apparently are very, very chill. Pretty mellow stuff, not crazy weird. However, there's a guy named Leo Hanguma. His two murals have some nice names. They are called The Children of the World Dream of Peace. That's nice. And In Peace and Harmony with Nature. But when you really, really look closely at some of these murals, this will explain it to you here. When you look closely, there are death-masked soldiers with guns stalking children. There's dead animals depicted and kept under glass. There's one where the entire world looks like it's been completely destroyed. And that's at an airport. People flying in, trying to feel safe. The gargoyles aren't going to freak you out, and maybe the Masonic thing will. If you knew you're flying from above into a swastika, that might make things weird. If you're driving up at night, seeing a weird satanic horse, laser eyes. How many of these do I have to explain to you? This is an airport. This isn't the Museum of Modern Art. Okay, what the F is going on? What is going on? And that, my friends, is one of my favorite conspiracy theories. The Denver Airport. I don't like it. Moving on. Now, again, these are not all connected. These are just my favorite. There's plenty of them to be had around here. Number 2 on the list, in no particular order, is one of my favorite conspiracy theories, which I completely believe 100%. We did not go to the moon. Did not go. Did not happen. Totally fake. Let's paint the picture here, okay? United States is in a Cold War. Russia's sending a whole bunch of people up there. Supposedly, even Russia has a whole bunch of dead bodies and broken Russian capsules just floating in the atmosphere from all the astronauts and soldiers they sent up, and they did not get back. Well, the United States had to do something too and fulfill John F. Kennedy's promise. We decided we would go to the moon. Now, we all know it was incredibly risky and incredibly expensive to send anyone outside of the atmosphere at that time. Even Kennedy in his speech says, we are not doing this because it is easy. We're doing it because it is difficult. Well, I'm telling you right now, I think it's absolutely effing impossible to be able to move breathing people to the moon at all. Maybe now we might be able to do something. Elon Musk going for Mars. I don't know why he's trying to not do the moon. Who knows what he's trying to do? But the space race was on. Fun fact, the Soviets have been sending manned missions to the moon since 1959. As I said, their carcasses are floating around. They're all dead there. All right. They're just floating around. Now, the United States says that we had to raise a whole bunch of money. NASA had to raise a bunch of money, about $30 billion to get people to the moon. The other conspiracy that I love to hear about is that money that was raised, as we knew we could not do it, no one can really do it. No one can really do it at all. I don't think it's possible at all. And I'll save the reason for last why I think it's completely impossible. A lot of people said that we raised that 30 billion simply as payoff money to make sure that everybody was involved in this little project would get a little slice to shut the F up until they died. Now, okay, someone hands you $1 billion. Hey, quiet down. This never happened. Maybe. I don't know. I might do it. I like honesty as much as the next guy, but $1 billion, well, you could save a lot of lives with that. Also, hugely unpopular at the time of the moon landing, okay, was the Vietnam War. What a wonderful spectacle to show how great America was, other than killing a whole bunch of people for heroin, stopping communism, so they say, than having something beautiful and as majestic as a moon landing. Americans putting the flag down and saying, we're taking over this strange rock of a planet. How perfect is that? Now, you guys can Google all this next information for yourself. When they look at the video, they see the flag moving, the flag that we planted there on the moon. They see the flag moving. There's no air in space. Nothing. Nothing blows the flag around. Fascinating stuff. The photos look absolutely fake. When you really look at the still photos as well, you don't see any stars. You don't see anything. I could take a picture from Earth on a mountain in Colorado. Maybe you're outside the Colorado airport, and you'll still see stars in the background. These guys, nothing, no stars. And that's space. So what's going on here? One of the reasons is because it's fake. It's a fake moon landing. Never happened. Never happened once. Now, some people say that it was the great Stanley Kubrick, the fantastic filmmaker himself, that when he was shooting 2001, his great space epic, that he was hired on the side to actually film these pieces of footage that would later be shown on national television, totally degraded, of course, to prove that we went to the moon. That's what the theory is. That's why when you watch The Shining, there's all those theories. Little Danny's wearing an Apollo 11 shirt. You know, there's a couple of things. The room 237 where all the hauntings was changed from King's original novel, Stephen King's original novel, Shining, into Kubrick's 237 theory, which is 237, et cetera, miles, the distance between the moon and Earth, right? Giving little hints saying, hey, I was the one behind all of this. Also, very strange deaths associated with the moon landing. Over 10 different astronauts and 2 different civilian deaths died mysteriously. That's right. Some of them were Theodore Friedman. He was killed ejecting from some plane after a bird strike, which is always, it can happen, but it's weird. We got Elliot C. and Charlie Bassett. They crashed in bad weather. Virgil Gus Grissom, Ed White, and Roger B. Caffey killed in a fire preceding Apollo 1. Edward Givens, car wreck. Clifton Williams killed ejecting again from a T-38. Mike Adams, X-15 crash. Robert Lawrence Jr., another plane crash. Weird one, Thomas Barron, killed by a train crash after he was fired 7 days before from a NASA program. All right, whatever you believe, it's fine, okay? Did Kubrick film it? Did they try to get up there for American prestige, and then when it didn't really work out, they just have certain people killed? I mean, this happens all the time. Whatever you want to believe in your life, that's up to you. If you believe us humans actually landed on the moon and now we've got a space station up there doing our thing and what have you, fine. That's up to you. But I ask you a very important question. This is what changed everything for me. When is the last time on the planet Earth that the American government went somewhere and never went back again? That doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? Allow me to rephrase. If we did go to the moon, why haven't we been back? I mean, it's 2023. 1969. It's a while back ago. Why haven't we returned? We've been everywhere on the planet. Everywhere we've left our footprint and flag, we've always went back to it. Why haven't we gone back to the moon? Why hasn't any other country ever been to the moon? What's going on here? Don't you think this would be giant, big news reported everywhere? Did we go there and say, there's nothing there, we don't need to be over there, we're trying to go to Mars? Okay, wouldn't that be a great stopping point, right? Before you go to another planet? I know Americans. I know the government. I know how it rolls. And I'm telling you right now, why haven't we been back? If it was such a great achievement, why haven't we repeated it? They said we have. Where's all the cool pictures now? Where's all the video now? We have more technology than anyone in the world in the history of time. Why have we not gone back? Because it never happened. It never happened. The media has trained us to believe whatever the government wants to say. That's my major theory. Fine. Kubrick did it. Everybody's faking each other. Newscasters lie. Wow, I've never heard that before. We've never been back, and we never will. That's my theory. Moving on. Okay, part 3. I have been curious about this event most of my life. Ever since I heard about it, I think I was in 5th grade. I had to write my first essay, my first kind of essay, intro, conclusion, and then 3, proven points. And that's right, folks. You guessed it. It's the John F. Kennedy assassination. Do we really believe in 2023 that the Warren Commission said that one bullet went through all these different body parts? We couldn't find anything, but we did find something, and it had no wounds on the bullet whatsoever, but it went through all these different pieces of bone. And talk to a gun expert. It doesn't happen, okay? This doesn't work that way. But we'll break it down slowly about the JFK thing. Didn't just recently Robert Kennedy Jr. come out about his dad, who also has questionable death situations? The Kennedy family just seem to be cursed. So weird. Well, I'll get into my theory in a minute, but let's deal with the facts here. You get a guy who kills a guy, and then in 48 hours, that guy who killed a guy is killed by another guy. That doesn't seem weird to you? Doesn't happen? Okay, well, if it did happen, and that was something likely to happen, other than on the gang streets of certain major cities in America, and I say gang, I mean conspiracy, people working together. Other than that, when does that happen in history of time? Go ahead. I'll wait. Come on. I'll wait. Put your comments. I don't see it, friends. I'm sorry. So one, we all know, I think most of my generation and the generation younger than me kind of already go, yeah, obviously it was an assassination attempt. Yes, obviously certain factors went into it to prove one thing and disprove another thing. We know that stuff. These are facts. But if your own family thinks, and they've got connections to the government, they think that your uncle and your father were assassinated by government conspiracy theories, I'm going to say maybe a little fire where there's smoke, if you know what I mean. No matter what you want to think about it, okay, there's only been 2 presidents that were killed by an assassin's bullet, Lincoln and JFK. Both also did not want big government. Both also wanted to remain on the gold standard. There were forces in play, economic forces that did not like him. Look, every president has a problem with other people. We're going to go to a president's episode. I love history. I love all this stuff, but let's just focus on John F. Kennedy. Usual people in play, right? Was it the gangsters, all the mafia guys? Was it the lone assassin, but then he had some backup friends from maybe the Cubans? Was it the CIA that was hired tangentially with the mafia to somehow kill his guy? All of you guys have seen this Zapruder film. I'm not sure if anything happened in the first shot, but I know from whether it was the first or the second shot, definitely know he goes like this, right? You've seen it, right? It's like the world's most famous snuff film. When someone goes like that, they're shot into their throat. It's not like if you got hit from behind, you'd go like, what the? All right, maybe it did come out, maybe it splattered everywhere. He'd already be dead by now because you can't get shot in the throat and keep moving. It doesn't happen. He goes, because you got shot here. Ooh, you respond to it. You hit the back of the head, you're like this. You defensive posture. You know your body instinctually knows where you get hit. It's like, oh, this means from the front. Okay, let's put it this way. When's the last time you try to break a vase with a stone? You throw a rock into a vase, whatever you want to call it. You guys mix that up. Throw something into a vase, throw it really hard so it goes all the way through. Guess what happens to the shards of the glass? It goes out the back. Now, look back at the Zapruder film again. I mean, it is gross. I mean, it's as I said, the world's famous snuff film. Boom, it goes out. I think you even see his wife, Jackie, reach over to go grab his brain parts from the back of the trunk of the car. Gross. Gross stuff. Morose, ghoulish. When you're getting fired from behind, you're going to go forward. You're going to go forward. Your brains are going to go that direction. Front of the car. There's no logic here. Okay. You could argue it a million different ways, but when you really, really look at it, because you're getting hit here. Okay. And then When you're getting hit here, you're getting shot from the front. Okay. Book depository building was back here, right? Far away. You get shot from the front, you go, ugh, just like he did. Second thing you think is when finally his fucking head explodes. Okay. His brains go behind him. What more do you need to know about this? The shots did not come from behind. The shots came from the front. This is simple logic using your eyes as a tool of sensory understanding. A lot of weird stuff can happen. Did you know the window shields on the presidential car were replaced immediately? Because a lot of people say there were bullet holes in them. Yeah, and it was replaced immediately. No bullet holes. No bullets were ever found. That's just from the Superior film itself. Just that. That alone tells me that whatever you're being told, just like the moon landing, this all happened around the same time, just like the moon landing, if you really don't believe me and you think I'm a kook for this, fine, believe it. But when you get shot in the head, your head blows back all your brains behind you, okay? So if you don't have that happen, now if you were shot from behind where Oswald was, Lee Harvey Oswald, all the blood goes forward to you. Instead, what you see is a shot comes from here, boom, takes him out. I mean, it's a disgusting, morose topic. I understand, but I'm just telling you right now, use your eyes. This has nothing to do with anybody who actually was there at that time had sudden and strange deaths. When they try to report or didn't report, after 6 months to at least 2 years, other people who knew what happened or at least were there at the time and watched it all died in strange ways. Same thing with the moon landing thing, right? Mysterious deaths just keep on happening. I mean, if there's mystery and accident, boy, there's a lot of coincidences there that are a little strange. Now, I get it. Oliver Stone's movie, great movie, JFK. I like Kevin Costner as much as the next guy. Do I like Oliver Stone? Yes, I like his movies. Natural Born Killers was awesome. A couple of his presidential films were awesome. I'm not anti him, but he's got his own problems. He's got a bone to pick with the government. Maybe he's just mad at his dad for working for Wall Street, right? It's like, oh, I had too much money. Oh, I'm so guilty. I'll try to get myself killed in the Vietnam War. Sorry, Mr. Stone. That's what it is. I'm happy that you brought a lot of this attention to the public and et cetera, et cetera. But trust me, we were already there, buddy. We didn't need John Candy slurping on crabs to make your point known. Although Tommy Lee Jones did a great job as Clay Shaw on that one. Joe Pesci, a little over the top, whatever. But Stone has been on this whole kick for years. Move on. It's a conspiracy. Well, then who did it? Guys, I don't know. Ain't no one gonna know. As I said, the guy who killed the guy gets killed by a guy all in 48 hours. Nah. I mean, does it reek of like CIA, mafia stuff? Absolutely. But it was the president of the United States. And a lot of that generation loved that guy for whatever reason. Maybe he wanted to pull out of the Vietnam War. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he wanted to go off the gold standard. Maybe he didn't. Maybe this happened. Maybe this happened. Maybe he slept with too many mafia guys' wives. Whatever the story is, it doesn't matter who did it. It is too far away from us right now to ever know the truth. And anyone who did know the truth is dead. These are the facts. However, if you're going to sit here and tell me that this conspiracy theory doesn't exist or is not true, then I think you are completely insane or on some kind of drug, and I want a prescription to that, okay? Because I want that happy-go-lucky pill. Please, just give it to me. I will take it with abundance. The guy who I find the most interesting that I'm a little bit sad about, I mean, we know a lot about the president of the United States, JFK. We know about him. I really wish I kind of knew a little bit more about Lee Harvey Oswald. I really, really do wish I know we have information. I know the FBI had information. I know the CIA had information. I know the military complex had information. I just want more information about him. He just seemed kind of weird. And that smirk he had, it was always strange, in my opinion. Very, very weird. That would be an interesting thing. But yeah, to call this just straight up an assassination from one guy, you know, some schmuck kills one of the most popular presidents in U.S. history, crappy little rifle from a crappy little bird's nest there in Dallas, Texas that day. I don't buy it. I don't think anyone buys it. And the problem is, unfortunately, for most conspiracy theorists, we will never know the truth. Now let's get to the creep of the week. Speaking of the creep of the week, as I said, it never has to be a person, place, or thing. Well, guess what? This is an organization. I'm calling you out right now. Conspiracy Theory Sharp Teeth. This is the first of many conspiracy theory episodes we're going to have here at Kill the Cat Radio Sharp Teeth. This one, episode 20, just has to do with these three fun things: the Denver airport, the moon landing, the JFK assassination. And what do all three somehow have in common if you really start looking around? Well, my friends, it is the creep of the week, the Freemasons. Oh my God. It is a rabbit hole. If you guys go down this little rabbit hole, you will not like it. I will eventually put out a video. There's like a 7-hour video about the history of the Masons, what they do, how they infiltrate culture, who's part of them, who isn't part of them, the signs and symbols they use to expose themselves to each other. Let me give you a couple examples. Okay, so the first one, and again, I'm not initiate at all. I am Matthew Diabate. I am not part of any of this garbage. I'm an artist and a writer here in Brooklyn. No big deal. Ready for the first one, though? The little handshakes they have. If you ever see the people who have a handshake like this, it's not really like the firm kind of American, like, hey, what's up? Because, like, we're getting along. We're in accordance together. The strong handshake, right? It's more of this bizarre thing where they do the bizarre thing back. That apparently is a Masonic handshake. Okay. That's point one. Point two, if you ever see a picture of anybody doing that, the one-eyed thing, that is a resemblance to the one eye, the all-seeing eye that's on the dollar bill, that's on top of the pyramid. So if you ever see anybody doing this or doing this or doing this, there's a lot of kind of creepy symbols going on there that sort of are signs and symbols of saying, I am aware, and the average populace is not. So the half of the face blocking one eye, the strange little symbols like this, it goes on. And if you start looking for it, you can start seeing in every piece of modern art and modern celebrity and modern money. There's little signs and symbols that you'll see. The reason why this is super important, okay? And again, this is more the tinfoil hat kind of conspiracy, which in itself is conspiracy because it's built like a pyramid, right? And made out of metal. When you see this is kind of interesting because everybody who knows the Masonic people know that they are mildly satanic, right? There's like a satanic vibe. There's a Luciferian energy. There's a demiurge, if you will. So if you have something like this, now look at it. If you really look at it, I'm not sure if I'm doing it from your perspective, but here's the little circles here, right? And you have these three fingers here. Now, what do they symbolize? This looks like a 6. This is a 6. And this is a 6. It's the symbol. And if you look at this picture here from one of the Manson family girls, she's doing it too. One eye, 3 6s. Fascinating stuff. Now, I will continue to attack you, Freemasons. Now, I understand that a lot of people are like, Matt, you're going to get yourself killed here. Well, that's why it's called Kill the Cat Radio. So I'm not a suicide. If I go by suicide, it wasn't me. Isn't that the Jesse Smollett bullshit? We're going to get to more of you guys, but guess who the creep of the week is this week? The Freemasons. I don't care if you guys think you're just old guys hanging out, dressing with a Scottish rite and your little skirts and stuff. God bless you. God bless you. The Masonic Order of the Degrees of the 33 is the one thing that nobody as a Mason talks about. Why do I know this stuff? I don't know. Matthew, I think you're being indoctrinated now. Do I believe that they are an overarching, scary organization that's been controlling things since the Crusades? Yes. But the creep of the week is because you guys are a bunch of assholes. Human power and the want of power has been with us since the beginning of time. And I say, hey, God bless you. Go about your business. You want to take over the world with all your money and power and owning everything? You want to fake moon landings? You want to kill presidents? You want to build weird airports? That's your problem. I'm over here making my very humble, very honest Kill the Cat Radio Sharp Teeth. And that's the creep of the week. Fuck you, Masons. I want to thank everybody who showed up for episode 20, Sharp Teeth, KTCR. My name is Matthew Diabate. You can follow us at Kill the Cat Radio on all social medias. Be sure to subscribe. Let's get more than just 56. Let's get this over 1,000. But let's start slow too. 100 will do just fine. Subscribe. It's totally free. Like us on the social media. Like this video. And if you got anything to say, put it in the talkback section. And I'll be seeing you next time.